Good evening and welcome to the regular meeting of the Frankfort Village Board. Tonight is Monday, October 16th, 2023. And we'll call this meeting to order and ask our clerk, Katie Schubert, to take the roll, please.
Mayor Ogle?
Here.
Trustee Borelli? Trustee Ledden?
Here.
Trustee Petro? Trustee Rigoni? Here. Trustee Rossi? Here. Trustee Savaria?
Here.
Attorney Lamore? Present. Chief Chalepis? Here. Village Administrator Pisha?
Here.
Assistant Administrator Barika?
Present.
And Clerk Schubert is present. We have quorum.
Thank you, Clerk. Now, if everyone would stand with me and we'll say the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, it is a genuine pleasure of the Village Board to honor the Hickory Creek Middle School girls softball team for their outstanding achievement in winning the 2023 Illinois Elementary School Association 3A State Championship in Normal, Illinois. This is the program's fourth IESA championship. The team won 3 in a row in 2015, 2016, and 2017 in Class 2A and was runner-up at state for the last 2 years. The Tigers softball team outscored its quarterfinal, semifinal, and championship opponents by a combined 33-7 in the tournament. This hardworking team finished the season with a 24-2-0 record. I will entertain a motion from the floor to approve a proclamation recognizing the Hickory Creek Middle School girls softball team for their outstanding achievement in winning the 2023 IESA Class 3A State Tournament Championship. We have a motion by Trustee Savaria, a second by Trustee Rossi. All those in favor say aye. Aye. That motion has passed. And if the coaches and the team would meet me down at the podium. Coach, how are you?
Good, how are you? Thanks for having us.
Thank you for being here. Maybe you can introduce the team and
Sure.
Anybody else that's, and other coaches as well.
Okay. Well, thank you all for having us. It's a great honor to be here. We just have just the most wonderful group of ladies. I can't even go on. I could talk for hours about how great they are, but we have Bella Cortez, we have Lauren Munichel, Reagan Johnson, Emerson Hughes, Haley Munichel, Amelia Maciel, Juliet Bach, Liv Spaccacello, Maddie Sweet, Jillian Kwasinski, Katie Harper, Julia Danellen, Kate Bones, I'm just thinking if I made that right. And then we have Sarah Halrung, and then we have Coach Aaron Nemeth. And I do want to say thank you to our AD, Taylor Boyle, she's back there, our assistant principal, Tyler Sinclair, Mr. Jason Crockett, our other assistant principal, couldn't be here, and our principal, Tricia Dotson, couldn't be here. But and I also want to say thank you to the parents. We could not have done this without you. Like you said it perfectly. It just, all the time and everything that everyone puts in, the parents are a huge part of it. They're the most supportive group, and Frankfort's the best to have us here, so thank you.
Thank you so much. We're very, very proud of you. And like we mentioned before the meeting actually started too, is that it's not just the athletes, but the coaches, the community that supports you, but also your family, your parents. You all sign up together, and you're in it together. So here is our proclamation. We're very proud to give you. I'd like to have the rest of our village board come down.
Sure.
And we'll present it here to the team. Maybe we can go around this way.
Sure.
We'll get this one all figured out. Coach, maybe have you here in a second here too. So, all right. And here's the proclamation. Thank you, ladies. Thank you so much. Congratulations. Congratulations. You did a fantastic job.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hey, thank you. Thanks for having us. Appreciate it.
You don't have to stay and watch the rest of it. All right, and now back to our regularly scheduled meeting here. The next item on here is what's called the unanimous consent agenda. All items on the consent agenda are considered to be routine in nature, and they will be enacted in one single motion. There will be no separate discussion of these items unless a board member so requests, in which event that item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. At this time, I ask if any of the trustees would like to remove any items from the consent agenda. Hearing none, can I get a motion and a second to approve the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion by trustee Ledden and a second by trustee Rigoni. We will go through the items that are on here so that each of anybody that's in the audience or that from the championship baseball team that will be watching this afterwards will know what the board is voting on. The packet in its entirety is also available on the village website at frankfortil.org. First items that were on the consent agenda were the approval of two meetings that we had. One was a public hearing on October 2nd, 2023, and then also the regular meeting of the board, which is October 2nd, 2023. Following item is the approval of the bills, and we will go to trustee Ledden for that.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the bills for this evening total $598,528, consisting of the general corporate fund of $166,331, capital development fund totaling $137,822, sewer and water operation and maintenance fund $116,449, and the sewer and water extension fund totaling $177,927. There were two extraordinary items in tonight's bills. One was to Visu Sewer of Illinois for the visualization of Jackson Creek, totaling $153,055. And the second one was to Westside Tractor Sales for the purchase of a John Deere excavator and backhoe, totaling $104,586. Those are the bills for this evening.
Thank you, trustee Ledden. Next item on here, we'll go to trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The first item is the St. Francis Road resurfacing project. IDOT resolution for improvements under the Illinois Highway Code approval. IDOT resolution for joint funding agreement for the construction work approval. At its October 11th, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed IDOT's resolution for improvements under the Illinois Highway Code and joint funding agreement for the resurfacing of St. Francis Road from US 45 LaGrange Road to 88th Avenue. The project has been awarded a Surface Transportation Program, STP grant. The STP funding will cover 80% of the construction costs, which is scheduled for the 2024 construction season. The village's local share of the construction cost is $206,103, for which the motor fuel tax MFT funds shall be appropriated. It was the consensus of the Committee of the Whole, a recommendation to the village board to approve the IDOT resolution approving $206,130 of MFT funds. The motion is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of the IDOT resolution for the improvements under the Illinois Highway Code and hereby appropriates $206,130 for the resurfacing of St. Francis Road from US Route 45 LaGrange Road to 88th Avenue for the village's allotment of the motor fuel tax funds. The next motion is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of the joint funding agreement for the construction work between the Village of Frankfort and the Illinois Department of Transportation, and hereby appropriates motor fuel tax funds in the amount of $206,130, or as much as may be needed to match the required funding for the resurfacing of St. Francis Road from US 45 LaGrange Road to 88th Avenue.
Thank you, trustee Rigoni. The following item then will be report by trustee Savaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next item is the engineering service agreement for Jackson Creek Lift Station downstream capacity analysis. At its October 11th meeting, the Committee of the Whole discussed the Utility Department's request to conduct a flow monitoring capacity study of the area downstream of Jackson Creek Lift Station. The project will include flow monitoring, field determination of approximately 70 manhole rim and invert elevations, the preparation of capacity studies of the downstream sanitary sewer interceptor, the lift station at Colorado Avenue, and regional wastewater treatment plant. Robinson Engineering Ltd. submitted a proposal to perform the analysis for a lump sum of $115,000. It was a consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board authorizing the execution of a professional engineering service agreement with Robinson Engineering Ltd. for the project. The motion before us tonight is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Robinson Engineering Ltd. for professional engineering and surveying services associated with Jackson Creek Lift Station downstream sanitary sewer capacity analysis in the amount not to exceed $115,000.
Okay, thank you, trustee Savaria. Next item on here is another engineering service agreement, and we will go to trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the next item is the Engineering Services Agreement, Jackson Creek Force Main Inspection. Jackson Creek is very popular tonight. At its October 11th meeting, the Committee of the Whole also reviewed a proposal from Robinson Engineering to perform professional engineering services for the Jackson Creek Force Main Inspection Project. This project will include an inline leak detection inspection of the village's 16 and 6 parallel sewer force mains from the Jackson Creek Lift Station to the gravity sewer near Golden Gate Nursery, using the PICA Navigator tool. The Navigator tool will identify and locate any combination of leaks and gas pockets for the two sewer force mains so that potential problem areas can be addressed and proactively and with minimal disruption. It was it was a consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board authorizing the execution of a professional engineering services agreement with Robinson Engineering for the project. The motion before us this evening is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of an engineering services agreement between the Village of Frankfort and Robinson Engineering for the Jackson Creek Force Main Inspection Project in an amount not to exceed $47,014. Thank you.
Thank you, trustee Ledden. And now we will go back to trustee Rigoni.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item is construction of well 18 with water treatment plant bid award. At its October 11th meeting, the Committee of the Whole discussed the bidding results received from the construction of a well and a water treatment plant at the terminus of Elsner Road. The construction of a well and water treatment plant at this location will reduce the burden on existing wells, increase pumping capacity to accommodate for future growth, and provide a balance within the distribution system. Viziering Construction Company of Streeter, Illinois submitted the low bid of $5,690,000 for the project. The village was awarded $500,000 grant for the project through Will County ARPA program. It was a consensus of the committee to forward a recommendation to the village board accepting the low bid and awarding the contract to Viziering Construction Company for the project. Motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee as a whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the execution of a contract between the Village of Frankfort and Viziering Construction Company for construction of well 18 with water treatment plant in the amount of $5,690,000, of which $500,000 in ARPA grant funds will be appropriated.
Okay, thank you, trustee Rigoni. And we'll go back to trustee Zavaria.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The next item is the Target Industry and Industrial Incentive Program, otherwise known as T3IP, new construction grant for 2245 South Fay Drive. Grafin Development is nearing completion of a new 15,000 square foot industrial building at 2245 South Bay Drive within the East Point Industrial Park. The applicant requests grant funding under the village's Targeted Industry and Industrial Incentive Program, otherwise known as T3IP, which provides for $1 per square foot of the new building area. This new facility will be utilized by TAT Logistics, Inc. At its October 11, 2023 meeting, the Committee of the Whole reviewed the application and determined the project fell within the parameters of the T3IP guidelines and was eligible for grant funding. The motion before us is to accept the recommendation of the Committee of the Whole and adopt a resolution authorizing the approval of Target Industry and Industrial Incentive Program grant in the amount of $15,000 to Lairway Investment, LLC for the construction of a new 15,000 square foot building at 2245 South Bay Drive within the East Point Industrial Park.
Thank you, Trustee Savaria. Now we go to two items from the Plan Commission. First one, we'll go to Trustee Rossi.
The re-subdivision of lots 2 and 3 in Iron Gate Estates subdivision, preliminary and final plat approval. Applicants Mark and Gina Finney purchased lots 2 and 3 in the Iron Gate Estates subdivision and propose to consolidate the properties to construct a new custom home. Approval of a final plat of re-subdivision is required to accommodate the applicant's request. At the September 14, 2023 Plan Commission meeting held on the project, the Commissioners forward a unanimous 6-0 recommendation to the Village Board to approve the proposed final plat of re-subdivision. The motion before us is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation and approve the preliminary and final plat of re-subdivision of lots 2 and 3 in Iron Gate Estates subdivision prepared by Design Tech Engineering, Inc., dated 10/9/2023, in accordance with the reviewed plans and subject to staff approval of any necessary technical revisions prior to recording.
Thank you, Trustee Rossi. And the final item that is on the consent agenda tonight, we will go back to Trustee Ledden.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So the last item is Forever Yoga and Pilates Special Use Permit for indoor recreation at 83 and 87 Bankview Drive. Applicant Ryan Simmons requests the granting of a special use permit for indoor recreation to accommodate the business operation of Forever Yoga and Pilates Studio at 83 and 87 Bankview Drive within the Frankfort Plaza Shopping Center. At the September 28, 2023 public hearing on the project, the Plan Commission forwarded a unanimous 7-0 recommendation to the Village Board to approve the special use request. The motion before us this evening is to accept the Plan Commission recommendation, waive the first and second readings, and pass an ordinance granting a special use permit for indoor recreation to the property located at 83 and 87 Bankview Drive to accommodate the operation of Forever Yoga and Pilates in accordance with the reviewed plans, public testimony, and findings of fact, and subject to the following conditions. 1, the applicant shall obtain a Frankfort business license, and 2, the business shall implement a minimum 15-minute break in between classes to accommodate parking space turnover. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Trustee Ledden. Those are all the items that are on the consent agenda at the moment. And Trustee Rigoni?
Yes, Mayor. I would like to note that any vote on the consent agenda reflects an abstain from item C-2 and 3.
Okay, thank you. So we have a motion and a second on the consent agenda and an abstention on specific items by Trustee Rigoni. This time we'll go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for the vote.
Trustee Ledden?
Yes.
Trustee Savaria?
Yes.
Trustee Rigoni?
Yes.
Trustee Rossi?
Yes.
Motion carries.
Okay, thank you, clerk. Next item on here is what we call the mayor's report. Of course, it's always wonderful when we have championship team and something else that just reflects so wonderfully on the community, the parents, the athletes, and the schools, the dedication that's required of your entire family. The village annual curbside leaf collection begins today, October 16th, and it'll continue through November 27th. Residents are reminded to rake the leaves onto the parkway just inside the edge of the curb. Please avoid raking or blowing leaves into the street or near storm drains, as this can cause flooding issues. New Way Disposal will continue yard waste and branch pickup through November. The bundles and yard waste bags require a yard waste sticker. The yard waste stickers are available for purchase here at the Village Administration Building, which is 432 West Nebraska. Join us for the second annual Scary at the Prairie 5K costume run and spooky sprint, and that's going to be in downtown Frankfort this Saturday, October 21st, starts at 10:30 in the morning. The events include a 100-yard dash for 5 and under, a 1-mile run for 10 and under, and a 5K walker run, which is available for all ages. On-site registration is available at www.raceroster.com. The event will feature a costume contest, DJ music, balloon artist, face painter, bonfire, and much more. You should visit the village website for more information. This is a costumed race, by the way, and if you want to make sure that you get one of those really nice, scary at the prairie running shirts, please pre-register. There still should be some available on site, but if you want to guarantee that you get one, make sure you pre-register. The Will County Children's Advocacy Center invites the community to attend their 13th annual Men Who Cook fundraiser event, which is also on Saturday, October 21st. It's from 6 p.m. until 9 p.m. at the JJC Whitendorf Center, which is at 17840 West Laraway Road. It's a fun and casual tasting event featuring 50 amateur and professional commercial cooks serving samples of their favorite dish for public judging. And proceeds support the Will County Children's Advocacy Center. You can visit willcountycac.org/menwhocook to get tickets. It's a really great event, and the Children's Advocacy Center does so much in supporting our police and our community. The things that sometimes we don't want to know about that go on, but we have to have experts and specialists in this, and they do a wonderful job, and they're amazing partners for us. So please support them. The Frankfort Police Department will host its annual Safety Trunk or Treat, a Halloween event. That'll be on Saturday, October 28th, and that's at 10 a.m. in the morning till noon. It's in the Brighter Green parking lot in downtown Frankfort, and it'll be rain or shine. The E.F. Bucko Costume Parade will kick off the event at 10 a.m., followed by the trunk or treating. Local businesses and organizations will pass out candy and trinkets to the children from their decorated car trunks for this family-friendly event. The police department will be accepting canned food and non-perishable items at the event as well, and all of those donations will go to the Frankfort Township Food Pantry. The Country Market will end its 2023 season on Sunday, October 29th. The village extends its thanks to the vendors, the residents, and to the visitors for a very, very successful season. Our official trick-or-treat hours for the village for Tuesday, October 31st are from 4 p.m. until 7 p.m. in the village of Frankfort. And on a final note, I just wanted to pass our condolences, the family, friends, and colleagues in the Silver Cross family on the passing of Ruth Colby, who's the president and CEO of Silver Cross Hospital. I knew Ruth pretty well over the last 6 years. She was an amazing person, a role model for everyone, and she was a person who led by example. She held a high standard, and I think, even though she is gone and will be sorely missed, she will inspire people well into many generations, and she was a shining example of service over self. And I always enjoyed our candid time talking together, and again, she was an amazing woman, and again, our condolences to everybody who knew her, and the Silver Cross family who's just stunned at the moment too. So that's it tonight for the mayor's report, and we will go to our clerk, Katie Schubert, for board comments.
Thank you, Mayor Ogle. Just a reminder, our November meetings start with Village Board meeting on Monday, November 6th, and there will be a Committee of the Whole meeting on Wednesday, November 8th. Anyone who sees this agenda from tonight can see we get a lot of work done in those Committee of the Whole meetings, and residents are welcome to come to those as well as the Village Board meetings. So that's all I have tonight, Mayor.
Thank you, Clerk. Trustee Ledden.
Thank you. I would just like to congratulate the girls. Hickory Creek Middle School girls softball team on their state championship. A very impressive 24-2 record and a 33-7 run differential throughout the tournament. I'm glad they were able to join us tonight and we were able to pass along that proclamation, so congratulations to them. And also, be safe trick-or-treating and have fun, since we won't have a meeting before then. Thanks.
Thank you. Trustee Savaria?
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Ditto on the Hickory Creek Middle School girls. Congratulations on your state title. I'd also like to congratulate Jim and Stacy Holland for completing the Great Loop. 2 years in the making. Their journey saw them cruise 7,653 miles and use over 10,000 gallons of diesel fuel, and the fact that they're still married is a testament. So congratulations to both of you. That's all I have.
Great. Thank you. Trustee Rigoni?
Thank you, Mayor. I would like to congratulate the Hickory Creek softball team as well. And I'd also like to welcome Forever Young Yoga and Pilates, as well as Laraway Investments. We appreciate you choosing Frankfort as your home.
Thank you. Trustee Rossi?
Just a repeat of the congratulations for the state softball champions. And just remind everybody, the Trunk or Treat is an incredible event. The kids absolutely love it, and I really hope everybody can come out and make it. The police department does a great job setting it up, and it's very, very well attended. Thank you.
Is there any other business, board business, to come before tonight? Okay. Is there anyone in the audience who would like to make a comment before the board? This is public comment time. All right. Hearing none, can I get a motion to adjourn the meeting?
So moved.
Motion by trustee Rigoni, second by trustee Savaria. All those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you, everyone, and good night.